Warning, this is our Bravo recap show. It's not like our Amazing Race or Survivor recaps, it's very NSFW, and that means not safe for fucking work. Or anywhere else where you don't want people to hear us talking about blowjobs, cursing, and other crazy shit that's shown on Bravo. Enjoy!
And maybe that is what's wrong with Yolanda, not Lyme disease. Your body actually needs nutrients and nutrition in order to sustain itself. So maybe the fact that you drink lemon shit water every day is what's actually eating your fucking brain away and the inside of your body, not Lyme disease. You bitch.
If she were white, she would be the cracker devil. I may live in Seattle, but I always have a sunny disposition.
I know exactly who my friends are. They're all named Benjamin.
I'm Eric, and I have a dog. Hey everybody, Eric Hurdo here from YourRealityRecaps.com with an all-new weekly group recap of your favorite Bravo TV shows that we broadcast live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. on our YouTube channel and in our Z-Box room. And during these shows, myself, John, and Jeffrey gossip about everything from this past week's Bravo shows, blogs, and, well, rumor mill, all while taking your questions live and interacting with all of you. Now, this is the edited version with all the bells and whistles, but you guys should totally check out the live version sometimes too. So, before we get started, just remember, if you're watching in YouTube or on a YouTube player, you can click on the buttons all around this video to jump to a specific topic you want to hear us talk about. And if you're watching on YouTube, check out that description below, because there's also chapter markers that allow you to jump to a very specific topic you guys want to hear us talk about. Or skip over ones, like this intro, but hey, why would you guys want to do that? And of course, there's also all of our show notes and links down there as well. You should also know by now that you can take the audio-only or video versions of this show with you on your favorite tablet or mobile device. The iTunes and RSS feed links are, I swear, down below. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you're watching on iTunes, a 5-star rating and a really nice comment too. It really helps support the show. So be sharing it on your favorite social media websites, and it keeps us doing them for you guys all season long for free. Now, make sure you guys stick around to the end of the episode for all of our other special announcements, prize giveaways, and contest winners. But since we have so much Bravo to talk about this week, we need to jump right into it. You know the deal. You can follow me over at Twitter and at Reality Recaps.
Hey everyone, so excited to talk about the housewives, not so much about pump rules. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter.
Yes, you all can, and John's getting more followers. I'm not going to be able to keep using my no one's following John jokes for much longer. So if you haven't yet, make sure you go and do it. And while you're doing stuff, do us a favor. Thumbs up this video and subscribe in YouTube if you have... Oh, I'm being attacked by my own pen. If you have not already. I should also note that if you guys want to hear a really interesting podcast, I was on Jody's podcast yesterday on All Digital Radio. The links will be below on the edited version. You can go hear some how I got to do what I'm doing here a little bit. We get a little bit into the story, and I have, well, I'll save that for a minute. John, I'm also changing the announcements again from our last show. Okay. Well, remember how everybody should know by now that we are doing our reality check show on Saturday nights. It's our new time, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. I said we were going to be joined by one Jeffrey Marks. However, he's been bumped. He's been bumped. And Jeffrey, I apologize because this is probably the first way you're hearing this. I will call you later.
I hear this at the same time you guys hear this too, people.
Okay, to be fair, I rolled in the house 20 seconds ago from Atlantic City, and it is a miracle we started the show on time. Because I had to be all highfalutin and be on my radio show from my lavish hotel room. More on that when we get to vlogs. So anyway, on the way home, I talked to Helen. This Saturday night is the only night that she is available. So we are going to have Helen from Big Brother 15 on our show Saturday night for all of you Big Brother fans. And maybe I will tell some of the Atlantic City tales on that show as well if you guys want to hear about it. But let's talk about what you guys all really want to know about. And it is the Real Housewives Bravo TV recap, because, oh my God, I am so excited about Beverly Hills, John, but I almost want to put a pin in it, and let's do Atlanta first. So, pinned, Atlanta, what did you think? Okay, you take the pin out. Go.
I took I took the pin out, but I do is give myself a couple beats before I talk, because I know we have a delay. And I don't want to talk over you or vice versa. So whenever you ask a question, I'm going to have a couple beats and then respond. What do you think?
Yes, I guess I will do that as well, too. I apologize, everybody. Once again, Google is changing everything, so what a nightmare. I swear I'm going to start a Kickstarter, John. I don't think we would get the $5,000 to fund it, but if we did, people, we would never have these problems anymore if we didn't have to be reliant on the freaking Google. So here, John, I will start you off so we can minimize our gaps. Oh my God. Kenya with her stupid court case that I couldn't care any less about. I just want to say, Kenya, Black Devil, you called the one paparazzi that showed up, and I'm not so even sure it was TMZ. It was probably like your hairdresser or one of your friends that were there pretending to be, because you were like, oh my God, I'm filming the show today and I need paparazzi outside, but obviously nobody gives a shit about me, so can you come pretend to be paparazzi?
And there was like 2 camera people there on a eviction case. Big frickin' deal. I mean, good Lord. Is that it, Black Devil? That's who? No, you're. Oh, she's just horrible. She's horrible.
She is. She is a nightmare. We need to like put a disclaimer, giving myself more hard work, when we start off with Real Housewives of Atlanta, John, because we are getting so many new followers now on YouTube that in our last show, a few people thought that we were being racist and said they stopped watching after we started talking about Atlanta. So just want to say, people, we do comedic recaps. If she was white, she would be the white devil. She's just the devil. But that is a joke from last season, why we call her the Black Devil, is all I'm saying. I think we are not racist. We don't know how to be, because we're gay. And we have black friends.
If she were white, she would be the Cracker Devil.
What about Nene organizing this sit-down? Blah, blah, blah. She went and sat down with Nene. I mean, she went and sat down with Kenya and all like, you got to get yourself together and all this ridiculousness of, you need to come back in the group. Here is my problem with Housewives, and this Nene's sit down alone with Kenya fully exemplifies my problem with the way this Housewives brand is going. It's so obvious that the point is, or the subtext to that conversation is, nobody is going to film with you if you don't make up with anybody. So you need to make up with them or nobody's going to film with you. They just need to say that and put it on the table instead of like beating around the bush about it. Just say it, because it's so annoying.
Well, I love Nene on the Housewives. I love her so far this season. Just sit down, and I love Black Devil and putting her in her place. I don't care for Nene in interviews. I don't really care for her I don't really care for her on Glee. I don't really care for her on the Back to the Normal, whatever, because it was canceled. But I love Housewives. I think you have to be able to try to get along with everyone. The one that's absolutely driving me crazy as well as Kenya is Portia. I am so sick of your 20-year-old rich moms. I cannot believe you took your mom's master bedroom. You carry around an expensive purse, but you had to ask your mom for $500 because Cordell. I'm telling you, I'm getting stressed. I am, Kenya. Just saying.
Oh, there is a lot of flip-flopping of feelings, for sure. Because, yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with, again, the Bravo edit. They're editing her for us not to like her now, or this is not so much her redemption story as her rich princess story, it seems like, but it is going to be interesting. Almost as interesting as this Phaedra and Apollo. I swear to God, John, next year it is going to come out how this whole marriage is fake. It's all just some legal agreement that she has Apollo locked into, that if he doesn't pretend to be her husband and do husbandly things on camera, she is gonna, she owns his testicles and then can, electrocute them daily. Or it has to be something. That is the most ridiculous relationship, which you can see there is no real actual feeling for each other there. And I don't know, it is just ridiculous. Although, I do love when Nene finally gets them all sitting down together. I love Phaedra's just... at everything Kenya said. I love it.
I love Phaedra's face expressions. I love her comments on what she says. I love her delivery on it. It's absolutely hilarious. I don't know if this kind of job requires you to, you know what I mean? It's not just stand there and be my husband or my boyfriend, a.k.a. Walter. But, I mean, they're actually having kids. So, I don't know. I presented a job. He got a job with okay, now we're having kids. I don't know. It could be.
I think the most interesting storyline from Atlanta Sunday night, was this whole Candace and her mother thing. But out Joyce. Because first of all, when Candy said, hello, I wrote the song No Scrubs, I died. I thought that was the best. But I almost feel like, does she really have a problem with Todd? Or is her problem that Todd could be taking away the new house that she's getting and the car and the money and all that stuff? I don't know. You guys comment and let me know what you think below. And John Richardson, what do you think?
I feel sorry for Candy because Mama Joyce is quite the piece of work. I think Mama Joyce is single, and I think Mama Joyce wants her daughter to stay single. I thought her finding happiness with Todd. You know, she doesn't want that. I don't think it's Todd per se that she hates. I just think she hates the fact that Candy has found someone and is engaged. I think she wanted to stay single and be her little buddy. You know, what really upsets me too is, yeah, Candy is successful. She's the most successful one out of the couple. But if Candy were a man, there wouldn't be any question. You know, but since she's a woman, all of a sudden Todd's using her. Such a double standard. Candy's a grown woman. She let her make her own decision. Her money, she made it. Her life, Mama Joyce. And butt out. You already have a house. Focus on fixing it up. You should be on our show in January fixing your house up.
You need to end that with blanc. 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 Well, yeah. I thought it was definitely, and whatever. You're fat. We get it. Greg is horrible to you with the don't eat a muffin. How about this, Greg? How about this, Greg? How about, honey, I know I take all your money and invest it in all these things that keep failing. I know you really want a cupcake right now. Go ahead and have one. You deserve it. Greg. Can't stand him. And then I don't watch anything that's medical on these shows, which we'll get to. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like medical with vaginas, right? Because we just don't understand it. But, you know, kind of what you mean by Greg, because it took the doctor to say, yeah, you got a condition. Yeah, you're always tired. Yeah, you're starting to be bloated, what makes you look like you've gained weight. And yeah, you probably don't want to have sex, right? And then they're going, oh, okay, then it's true. Why don't you believe your wife? What?
I don't know. I don't really care for him either. Here is my last and final point, and it does not need to be yours, John, is this. I think my TiVo cut off the coming attractions for the entire season. You know, like how in the first episode they show you the arc of what's going to happen this season? Because, oh my god, I don't remember any of what I saw when I watched it on Sunday night. Like, who is fist fighting? Candace is like, Candy is punching somebody else in the face. There's like this big brawl. They are getting Jersey in Atlanta this season, is all I'm saying. It looks like the drama is like click, click, click up 3 notches, and I cannot wait. Just drop Needy in the middle of it, because, oh my god, I've always wanted a Jersey-type fight in Atlanta with Nene there to give us the commentary. I live for it, and I cannot wait. You guys comment below and let us know what your favorite parts were for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And by the way, anytime during the week on Twitter, you guys can tweet John at Comedy Jonah and let him know what your favorite parts of the Housewives shows are that you want us to talk about on the shows, and we'll make sure that we get them in there. So, you know, anytime, any of the shows that we cover, you guys can always tweet us and tell us what you want us to talk about, or come watch them live and tell us. Okay. Can we just get Vanderpump out of the way right now, John? Because I have so much I want to say about Beverly Hills, and I don't want to end on the friggin' loser 1 and loser 2 of Vanderpump. So let's just get this out of the way. Here's my only Vanderpump thoughts. 1, Sheena is getting the Stassi edit, and she's coming across also a little bitchy, bratty. And oh my god, Jax and Stassi, get restraining orders from each other. You two are toxic together. You are so dysfunctional. It is uncomfortable to watch. I don't know if you're doing it for television or you're not. I don't know how your families watch the show and let you two be around each other. He is driving drunk, having some like dysfunctional fight that teenagers would have before they crash their car into somebody, probably live and kill other people. It is, I don't know. Vanderpump is getting on my nerves. I do not like anybody on it. And I used to love Sheena, and even now she is just grating on me, which I'm sorry, Jeffrey. Jeffrey says he has hung out with her a few times and says she's super nice and wonderful. I'm not feeling it. Your thoughts?
Stassi or Sheena?
Jeffrey has hung out with Sheena a few times and said
Okay.
Sheena is wonderful and nice. I'm just saying this season so far, it does seem like she is doing what Stassi is accusing her of. So it is also annoying for me to have to be on Stassi's side. Go ahead.
How the hell can you be on Stassi's side? Stassi is still a major fucking dildo.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. This is season 1, season 2, because everyone's acting the same dysfunctional way. The only way I can tell is that Katie's hair color is blonde this season. Okay. Other than that, it's the same. Kristen's worse, just as bad. I gave Stassi some props because it was her first season, and maybe she didn't realize how she was coming on camera. Well, you know what? Now you do, and now you, instead of trying to be a better person, you're just a bigger douche. Sheena. Yeah, you know what? She's not as innocent as maybe she was in season 1, but still, she is not getting that. Stassi is a major, major tool. I don't know what is wrong with her. There are so better, nicer, more attractive women in LA than Stassi. Move on, okay? God, to see them driving around in that beat-up shit truck thinking they're king and queen of LA is an absolute sick of Stassi.
Even though I married the person, biggest mistake you can ever do is get someone's name tattooed on yourself. Okay, I went with our initials, and before we were engaged, and here's a shotgun of truth. Boom. Here's a shotgun of truth. You want to know why I got our initials back when I was insane, crazy, and like 19 years old? Because I too thought, hey, it'll be a good way to manipulate them to stay with me. Because, you know, it was like rocky times back then when we were just hitting our 20s and ooh. And that's what Jax is doing. It's a fucked up mental mind game that you play with people. But Jax, you're not 19. You're like 38. Oh my God. I don't get it. I don't get it. 33? Really? He's 33. He looks, I was being nice with 38. He looks 40.
No, you were the young gay Stassi of the East Coast.
Mm-hmm. I was probably worse.
I believe it.
I've grown up a lot now.
Well, that still seems, we'll see.
Wow. 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 Okay. Well, good. Let us get to the shitstorm of events, which I will preface by saying, okay, are you ready, John? Here is an exclusive. Okay, so mild backstory. I took a very quick little jaunt to Atlantic City yesterday, forgetting that Housewives was on at night and I needed to watch it to be ready for this show, so I couldn't really take any notes, and then I might have had a whole lot to drink, and then while I was watching it, realized, oh God, how am I going to remember what I want to talk about? So, as I was watching, I used the little audio notes feature. So here is a little preview of what we will be listening to us talk about, and listen to how funny I am.
Kyle has to film with the new girls because Lisa won't film with her, and now all of a sudden Brandy has money.
It's a lot of that. It's a lot of Kyle has to so I just took like a 2-minute voice note to myself, and it cracked me up listening back to everything that I wanted to talk about today. Let us start with Brandy. John's still holding up a phone. He'll be up to hearing me say that we're talking about Brandy in a minute. So Brandy in this house and her poetry, I peed my pants laughing when she was reading her poems, and then it cut to her diary room, and she's like, yeah, I don't have to be all like, F this and F that and F your mom and I'll F you in the back and F you later and F. It was just all those quick takes of Brandy saying all her cursing. It just cracked me up. Did you like it or no, John?
No.
So yeah, I thought it was very interesting. Her with her whole dad and her mom, it's just weird. It's weird. The whole Brandy storyline is weird. And again, it's one of those Bravo editing things where she was the underdog. She lived in the little, as you called it, John, our very first season of recapping, her shit house. And now all of a sudden she gets to be in the big, beautiful house with the nice pool, but we can't say it's because she's on the Housewives that now she has all this money that she can afford it all. So we have to still keep along the plot line of, oh, it's so hard for Brandy and she needs Yolanda to go shopping with her to help her buy furniture and doop-de-doop. She's so down and out, but we know she's not. We know she's not.
Well, she's not down and out, but that's actually the side of Brandy I do like. I like that Brandy is actually real with Yolanda and says, you know, I just can't afford that. But and I like the fact that Brandy is now can buy and doesn't need a husband or anybody to do that. I like Brandy. She's real at it. I can identify with it. It's the mouth and the tweets and this and constantly hearing about Eddie and Leanne that's just like, enough. We know that you use your vagina a lot. We get it. You have kids. They're going to see this one day. Really?
What did you think of this whole, again, and this is going to be the last time I say it because this is the only last time where it was so noticeable and annoying yet kind of funny to me, of the whole, here's Kyle and Kim, and they're like, we're going out to Dancing with the Stars, and we're here to support you, Lisa. Cut to the next scene where there is, you know, Lisa is off with Yolanda and the other new girl. She's not clearly filming with Kim and Kyle. So then we cut to Kim and Kyle. Oh, I haven't even watched Dancing with the Stars yet. This is completely random and unplanned. Oh my God, Lisa fainted. I have to watch that in slow motion. We didn't plan any of this for camera at all.
Well, I think, yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, we're starting to see, you know, it's a little bit of true colors with Kyle. I think it's interesting that none of the girls want to film with her, not even Faye Resnick. Remember how sick and tired we were of Faye last season, and we haven't even seen hide nor hair of her, and then Lisa tells us that? Yeah, nobody wants to. Everyone has had enough of Kyle. I thought that was very interesting.
It was. But you know who has no problem coming around the cameras that we got to see last night again? But womp womp, not a regular on the show anymore. Taylor, accompanied by her lips. And I have to say, I almost missed her a little bit. I almost missed Taylor like this much seeing her.
I did until the camera was off of her, and then I forgot who she was again.
Oh, 100%. I completely agree with you. It's like, who? So I know they're going to get into it. Personally, I don't like any of those dance competitions and any of that stuff other than So You Think You Can Dance, which hasn't been good for the past 3 seasons. I fast forward through all of them. Point being, didn't watch Lisa on Dancing with the Stars. Did you watch it, John?
I didn't, and I even tweeted out saying, darn it, I missed it.
Yeah.
I knew she didn't make it far, but I didn't realize. Did she take herself out of the competition because she was just weak? I don't know the whole story.
I don't know the whole story either, and that's what I was going to say. It seems like next week we're really going to get into what happens with her on Dancing with the Stars. I'm not sure if she left because she fainted or not. I just don't care. I don't care about Dancing with the Stars. I did think it was funny, though, Kyle and Kim throwing some shade at her. Like Kim with her whole, I know how you fake faint, and blah, blah, blah. Like, ooh.
That was hilarious. And Kim's the one that started it. She's like, I've fainted a lot better than that, which was hilarious. But you know, Kyle is such a hypocrite. She doesn't like Lisa's digs. She digs just like it. I mean, come on.
Well, exactly, and that's what Lisa does it, and I do think that Lisa is a manipulator, but I don't think she's as much of a manipulator as everybody thinks she is.
Yeah.
And I do think that some of her little jabs back and forth really are meant in good fun. She also doesn't need to put the disclaimer on them. So when Kyle does it and she's like, oh, I got to make fun of the fainting now because that's what Lisa would do and it's all in good fun, it just comes off as weird and awkward, and I don't like it.
Well, you don't have Lisa sitting there saying, oh, you know, Kyle just won't stop making her digs. The only thing Lisa's ever said about Kyle is, I just wish she'd have my back. She's my friend, I wish she'd have my back. That's all Lisa's ever said, really.
Which is still super annoying because you are saying it as if she said it in one episode. Need I remind you of last season where we were so annoyed that Lisa's storyline for every other episode was Kyle is not defending me this episode, and grow the F up, Lisa Vanderpump.
Listen, we're not hearing Lisa saying that, but we're still hearing Kyle saying, I wish she'd stop it with her digs, I wish she'd do that. Kyle said it all last season, and she's saying it this season. At least Lisa knows where she stands with Kyle, and is like, yeah, mwah, mwah. You're not my friend. You don't have my back. I'm not going to say it anymore. She hasn't said it.
You know what is really the thorn in my side again? You know who takes the award for who is pissing Eric off this season beyond even more than last season? Yolanda. I don't give a shit about the cleanse. I don't give a shit about your lemon water, your glass refrigerator, your stupid-ass Lyme disease. And guess what? First of all, John, Lyme disease is no joke. But here is my problem. I know people in my family have had Lyme disease. It is not, don't get me wrong, it is a very bad thing. Yolanda is using it as a plot line of ridiculousness. Did she need that thing in her heart? I don't know. Maybe she did. Maybe a doctor thought, hey, you're David Foster's wife, and I'm going to milk Lyme disease with you for all that it's worth and create every single thing ever. But my most favorite part is one David Foster somehow managing to make it all about him. I'm just the best husband because I now know how to take care of someone with Lyme disease. Shut up, David Foster.
Did you have a reaction to something you drank last night? That's a lot. I mean, you're bashing her. She's bringing awareness to Lyme disease. I don't think Yolanda had a stent put in her heart before TV. And David Foster says, yeah, I'm trying to be a good husband. There was a few times I wasn't. But I will tell you this. I am sick of the cleanse. I'm sick of the cleanse. I'm sick of looking at that color in the bottles, in the Fujiwara bottles. And what really signed me off on the cleanse is when her daughter called up to see how her mom was doing, and she says, Mom, I'm on the cleanse. I don't feel good. I've had an almond. And Yolanda says, have 2 almonds. Make sure you chew them really good because your stomach's not used to food. That's something wrong there. Okay, that's something wrong.
And maybe that's what's wrong with you, Yolanda, not Lyme disease. Your body actually needs nutrients and nutrition in order to sustain itself. So maybe the fact that you drink lemon shit water every day is what's actually eating your fucking brain away and the inside of your body, not Lyme disease. You bitch. I mean, I love you, you rich Hollywood power couple.
Oh, I must eat a little bit. That's funny. That's good.
Yolanda, right here. I see your plot line coming a mile away. You are not going to have some epiphany that you actually said that about Lisa later on and then blame it about Lyme brain. It was Lyme brain. I did say it, but I was having a seizure at the moment. I couldn't control the words that came out of my mouth, and then Lyme brain kicked in and I magically forgot all about it. Shut up with your Lyme disease and your stupid ass cleanse, Yolanda. And just for the record, because I don't need any hate mail, I am not saying I am not saying that Lyme disease is not serious or a horrible disease, and that yes, we do need awareness for it, so way to go, Yolanda. I'm just saying the woe is me extent that she goes through it and all the support and money she has behind her going through it, to me, feels like an insult to the people that I know that go through it, that don't have any of that support or backing, and yet are still going through it, if that makes sense.
Because they tweeted you and wrote you telling you this, or you're just assuming?
No, I have family members that have Lyme disease, is what I'm saying. And I'm just saying, you can manage, and maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe there are crazy ass extents of it that I'm not aware of, and I thought Lyme disease. In the heart. She didn't have a stint in her heart. She was getting medication to her heart. As we've already established, because her heart is so weak because she lives off lemon water, not because of Lyme disease.
All I can say is, ladies of the Housewife franchise on Bravo, do not get sick, because if you do, you will be a target of arrows.
Why don't you all? Don't even get me started if you get cancer. No.
Yolanda's like the sacrificial lamb.
I just can't stand Yolanda and David Foster. You guys comment below and let us know what you all think, and we want to keep the conversation going. So do you think that Yolanda is completely playing into this whole Lyme disease thing, or is it really as bad for her as she's making it sound? Or should she just shut up in her private doctor suite with if just when I can raise my head for 2 minutes and get to see my family at the end of the day, it is the best. Shut up. Go.
Or for them to say hi to her. My favorite moment is when Yolanda was sitting down with Lisa and Brandy, and they were saying, what kind of stuff do you have to do? And she's like, I'm constantly working at it, and I have to work on these puzzles to help with my thinking. And then Lisa says, hey, Brandy, maybe you can start putting some puzzles together and change your thinking. That was funny.
That was very funny, and apparently the start, perhaps, of where we see later on in this season, Brandy and Lisa end up becoming enemies by the end of this season. So maybe that is going to be a little bit of the birthplace of where all of that starts.
Brandy was on What Happens Live and says her and Lisa still aren't talking.
Oh, well, that is why I don't like Watch What Happens Live and the blogs. I feel like it ruins the show a lot. Here's what else I think. I think Yolanda might be kind of like Melissa Gorga from Jersey, whereas like she's kicking back, she's having like her martini, she's like lounging out, and then like she'll hear David Foster coming home, and then all of a sudden she's like pick up the crossword and be like, or maybe she was doing the crossword, and then David Foster walks in and was like, oh honey, I thought you were sick, and she's like, I'm doing brain puzzles, lime brain. I'm not doing anything today. I'm doing my lime brain puzzles. I can't stand you, Yolanda. I can't stand you. I'm kidding. I'm lying. I just don't want to agree with John.
Whatever.
Are you trying to tell me you weren't paying attention when Lisa Vanderpump said she's opening up the Gay Gardens Club and she's going to call it Pump?
Have you been to West Hollywood?
I have not. Are there flower fields with gardens in the middle of them?
No, there's not, but that location is prime, and it's right up the street from SUR, just past the Abbey. It's going to be fabulous. It's a fabulous location. I love it. I don't understand with Lisa and her stress with construction when everything is fabulous that she does, so she needs to just settle down.
I just always hate how she thinks she's so clever. Like, I'm going to call it Pump, which could be like what gay people do, and it's my last name. This is the best name of a place ever. And then it's a gay garden. It's a gay garden.
Well, she's sitting on a big old stack of money. I think she's doing something right.
Well, until she gets indicted like one Teresa Giudice, who I screamed out for as I was driving through New Jersey, and she didn't come out. But I didn't go past any jails either. So
didn't go to Franklin Lakes, did you?
No, I didn't. But I was looking for it. So go ahead. What did you want to talk about?
All right. So I'm starting to really love Carlton. I think she's hilarious. I think that the way she uses profanity and the F word is so much funnier than Brandy. Brandy just makes her look like she's trying too hard. She's absolutely funny. I'm not into as far as the big castle or the crosses, but just her attitude towards things I think is hilarious, and I can't wait to see more of Carlton.
I think the giant rod shoved up Yolanda's ass, the Lyme disease deteriorated enough of it away so that it fell out, and then Carlton came walking by and sat on it, and it went up her ass instead. She is so highfalutin, uppity, and I can't stand her. Poor Kyle, who nobody will film with, and she can only film with the new girls, is sitting at
the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, right, I'm sure. Which had nothing to do with the filming of the show. She can only film with the new girls because Lisa and Yolanda and Brandy won't film with her, so she has to film with the new girls. And then there's Carlton. She's at her house like, everything they do. And granted, it could be editing. She could have been laughing along with all the stuff just like all they were, and we were just getting the cutaways of the... So, I mean, we don't really know, but that whole edit was ridiculous.
Yeah. How much sleep did you get last night? You seem a little cranky.
People like a cranky Eric. I'm ratcheting up the cranky because it's apparently what everybody says that they like.
Well, I think their whole conversation with what they were saying and the leaking boobs and everything, I wasn't laughing either. I had a Carlton face on, too, looking at it.
I think she should have killed the bee. Death to bees. Mainly because, and now that the joke is ruined, I thought it would just be a little bit funnier to then segue into, oh my god, animal abuse by Bravo. John, you and I are both dog lovers. We are both pet parents. I understand that it is a pit bull, but Kim and her son standing on each side of it, kicking it back and forth to behave, what am I missing? Cesar Chavez would just say a little bit of a zah, like you just give a little zah on the neck. That's all you didn't need to do. Not drunk and on drugs on either side of that dog, nailing it back and forth in the driveway. I was enraged. Oh, I was enraged watching that man and the way he treated that dog. Animal abuse by Bravo.
I didn't think it was abuse at all. You act like it's Michael Vick sitting there kicking the dog, ready to go out for a dog fight. they were kind of kneeing it to show that they were in charge. Did you see what little Kingsley, did you see what Kingsley did to the trainer when they first got there? The dog has no control and has no proper boundaries. It has to know what its environment is and who's in charge. That's what they were trying to do. I think the son and Kim were a little drastic about it, but you act like they had, you know, whips and were just whipping the dog. They weren't. They were trying to show discipline. Animals need discipline.
I agree with you. Animals need discipline. And I agree with you, Dolphin Poet. Thank you. Look, here's what I think. I get that it's a pit bull, which I personally don't even think people should be allowed to own, because how many, like, deaths from pit bulls do we have in the news all the time?
I have friends that have pit bulls that are totally fine and wonderful.
And I believe Brent will have a pit bull as well. And don't get me wrong, I understand that it's how you raise the dog, 100%.
Raise anything.
Yeah, 100%. It's how you raise a dog.
Pit bulls aren't kids shooting up schools. I mean, it could be anything.
Give a pit bull a gun and let's see what happens. So it's already eating babies.
Oh my!
Here is my point, John. What that dog learned is when somebody comes in the house, they're going to be all like, yelling. Okay, I get it. You needed to do it to make the dog stop. But it was not the dog's fault that it did that. It was Kim's fault for not having it on the leash and having it ready to be trained when the trainer comes in. And okay, fine. I do not know about training pit bulls. Maybe the whole kneeing it in the face thing is what you're supposed to do to train a pit bull. I don't know. I don't have one. Here's my point, dog trainer. Consider who you're training. We have 2 seconds until she's an alcoholic again, Kim, and the kid that looks like he just shot up 5 minutes ago. So wait until both of them go on one of their binders, and then the dog is going to start freaking out, and they're going to be like, I think now we're supposed to start kicking it, and they're just going to stand back and forth on the side of that dog, kicking it in the face. No. I don't think so. I didn't like it. I felt like it was animal abuse. For the record, Dolphin Poet agrees with me, so suck on it, John. Everybody else comment below and let me know what you all think. If you thought it was a little bit extreme of a situation with that dog training.
How many hours of sleep did you get last night?
0.
Really?
And I'm hungover.
Oh, yay, double the punch. No, I agree. Definitely Kim should have had it on a leash. She has given the dog no boundaries. I love little Kingsley so much. It's such a cute puppy. I just think it's so cute. And yeah, I think that once the dog gets some discipline and gets some boundaries, it's going to be a lot happier. Everyone will be, including the trainer when he comes over again.
Should put that dog on a goddamn cleanse, and then you'll see how pissed off the friggin' pit bull will really be. All right, John. Do we need to wrap it up, or do you have time for some questions?
I always have time for some questions. Sorry, I was laughing so hard it made me choke.
Okay, good. It'd be nice if you could make people laugh once in a while. So, you big dum-dum. I've really been looking for a way to work in the phrase dum-dum, and it's not working out well. Dolphin Poet, you made me laugh a little bit because you said, is he allergic, referring to the dog trainer? That would give him a good reason to freak out. Which made me laugh because if you're allergic to dogs, why are you a dog trainer? That's all I'm saying. Perhaps, maybe. Throw it out there, Dolphin Poet. I don't think if they were allergic, they should be dog trainers. But Dolphin Poet does say that is not how you treat a dog, and pits are actually really great. I am sure that they are. I'm just saying, I have also heard... Go.
I think it was just in the bad edit where it looked really bad. I don't think a trainer is going to show Kim and her son how to abuse a dog.
Well, I don't know how that edit could be any different.
I don't know. You're the one always talking about production, so you never know.
Unless editing frees the frame and animatronically had his legs kicking that dog, then no. John, Dana would like to know, have you watched The Real Housewives of Vancouver? trunk of Vancouver yet?
I have not, but I did get your link, so it's something I still need to do, and I will definitely, you'll be the first to know when I do, Dana.
Follow-up question from, Eric at Reality Recaps. John, how is your blog coming along?
Well, with everything going on, not very good.
Okay. Okay, John.
Oh, here, Comedy Jonah at Reality Recaps. Are you going to be going to sleep after this and getting a long night's rest?
Unfortunately, no. I have to edit the show, promote the show, and post the show everywhere. Nobody realized, John, how much work goes into these shows. John W. agrees with me and doesn't like Carlton at all.
I am being nice. I don't care. You like Brandy. I don't like Brandy that much. It's okay. We can disagree, but I think Carlton's absolutely hilarious. And I love her straight talking, straight shooting. Love it.
Which is why I hate it. So...
But you're like a dysfunctional freak like Brandy.
Well, okay, ready? John, here is how the show would go otherwise. You have 10 seconds to make 5 comments, okay? Make 5 random comments about Housewives. Go.
Love Beverly Hills.
I love it too.
Loving Carlton.
Oh, Carlton's my favorite.
Not caring for Kyle that much.
Oh, I hate Kyle.
Lisa, and I love Kingsley.
Lisa and Kingsley are the best. Show's over. How boring would that be? How boring. How boring. How boring. Dolphin Poet is saying, which is, my high school psych teacher told me that only girls with mom issues go for psych degrees when I expressed interest. Well, now I have a psych degree, so do I have mom issues, or would it be dad issues for me then?
No, because you're half girl. It'd be mom. I have a dysfunctional sister who has a psych degree who's not speaking to my mom right now.
I don't have any mom issues. I love my mom. I have just as good as a relationship with my mom as John has with his. Actually, that's not true. John has a better relationship because my mom doesn't watch my shows. But
do you have a relationship like Norman Bates has with his mom, or just like a regular one?
I come from a giant Catholic family, so I have like 6 brothers and sisters, and they were all close together. And then there was like 10 years, and then there was me, because Catholics don't use birth control. So, point being, my mom right now is 79. Like, my mom had me super, super late. So, or, no, 72 is maybe. She's in her 70s, and I don't know how old she is. But yes, my mom is very old, but you would never know it. She looks super young. Do I look 30? I look 20, so my mom looks young. Okay, point being, because my mom had to work so much when I was little, my sister had to raise me. And up until when I was 5, I thought that my sister was my mom. And I didn't realize it until she got married and moved away, that she was my sister and not my mom. I thought my mom was my grandma.
Did you get a DNA test or anything?
I could tell you some interesting stories about that, not on camera. No. So,
well, speaking of moms, I have an announcement that you don't know about. That you don't know about, Eric.
Oh, I know about it, but unlike you, John, and the joke that I tried to set up the other day, I won't ruin it for you. So go ahead.
So speaking of moms, my mom is on her way to Seattle right now, and she loves Survivor, and she's going to join me on our Survivor recap on Thursday.
And you should probably warn her that Missy and I are a little bit mad at her. Just saying. You better prepare her for a little bit of grilling, John Richardson.
Oh, please. My mother can handle both of you with one arm tied behind her back.
We will have all more talk like this for you guys on Saturday night when we are live with Helen, bringing your topics. Of course, we're going to talk Big Brother, so make sure you tune in this Saturday at 7 p.m. Of course, as John just announced to you, this Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 days from now, we will be live with Missy, John, and John's mom for our Survivor recap. So 2 more fun shows this week, and then all of our regular shows next week. Of course, you can find all of our live shows over at yourrealityrecaps.com/live shows. So, I wish I could think of something really good to just keep delaying and let you just keep saying that you have something to say, John. As if I would end the show without letting you have the last word, John Richardson. When have I ever done that? Right now. Bye, everybody. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, John. Go ahead. No, it's all you.
No, it's going to be a fun week with Mom and Helen. I can't wait, and thanks, guys, for tuning in. It's always fun to do these, and hopefully Eric will have more sleep and won't be as cranky, but we'll see.
Maybe I should have cut you off. Let people know where they can find you, John.
You can find me at Comedy Jonah on Twitter.
And John brings up a really good last thing that you all need to comment on, which, by the way, thank you all for commenting during our live shows. Please keep the comments going on the edited version so John and I can keep the conversation going with you in the edited version. Your final thought is, do you like the cranky this Eric, or would you like the other Eric? Everyone's telling me they like the crankier Eric better. So you guys let me know. I will just tune my fake meter in whichever direction it needs to pin that episode. All right, we will see you guys all on Thursday with John's mom for our Survivor recap. See you guys all then. Bye.
Well, that about wraps up our show for this week. Now, don't forget to head over to yourrealityrecaps.com to see all of our blogs, contests, and videos about Big Brother, Survivor, The Amazing Race, and even your favorite Bravo TV shows. And hey, speaking of, except, well, not really, you guys should know by now that you can take this show with you to go on your favorite tablet or mobile device. The iTunes and RSS links are below, and I even separated them between audio only and video. And for those of you in iTunes, do us a favor and give us a 5-star rating and, a really nice review. Otherwise, I'm going to kick a baby. No, I'm not going to kick a baby unless you are watching in YouTube and you do not thumbs up us and subscribe to this all-new channel. All right, look, I'm not kicking any babies, people, but seriously, it really helps support the show when you guys do that, and it allows us to keep bringing you content like this, our live events, and prize giveaways. But if you guys really want to be a Gold Star supporter, you should do all of your Amazon.com shopping through the link over on our website, and you can check out some of those ads, or you can simply make a donation to us right there, too. And look, I get it, money's tight. You guys try not having any because you spend all your time making videos like these. And hey, the easiest way that you guys can help support us for free is just simply to share these videos and everything that we do on Twitter and Facebook, or any social media website will do. We are literally on all of them. You guys can find us on them by simply going to yourrealityrecaps.com / the name of the website you're looking for. So /Tumblr, /Pinterest, you get the point. Of course, you can always click on the links all around this video, but people, look, the truth is, we just love interacting with all of you. It's why we do these shows. So please make sure that you leave us your question, comments, and suggestions, because you never know which ones we'll pick to be on the show next week, or even instantly if you are watching our live shows on our YouTube channel or in our Z-Box room. The links to that and everything I've mentioned in this video is in the description below it over on YouTube, or you can find everything over at yourrealityrecaps.com. Now, since I think I mentioned just about everything I possibly could, we will see you guys all in our next video. Bye for now.